All right, today I want to talk about another indie filmmaking tip, but it's more about kind of a mindset. And you'll hear people talk about this a lot in all different kind of levels, and I've kind of gone back and forth myself about how to approach things. So, a lot of times you'll hear people say this is a business and you have to approach it like a business. And there's a lot of validity to that statement. There are a lot of reasons why it's important to think about indie filmmaking as a business. And obviously, there are many films that make money, and you have to raise money in order to make the movie. So there is that business mindset and creating business plans and all that stuff. That's, again, a really important aspect to it. But when you approach things as a business, that means you really have to understand the world of distribution, what the market is like. You need to have revenue projections. You need to have an idea of what your return on investment is to your investors, what the waterfall is in terms of the payout structure. Um, it becomes a lot more focused on getting those accolades, like you got into a lab or you got into a workshop or you have a name actor attached. It's really kind of on this Hollywood timeline and can slow things down because it takes time to build that network. It takes time to get your project in front of these people. It takes time for them to read it and review and discuss and decide. And sometimes projects get put together, things are very exciting, and then it falls apart only for you to do it all over again. So, the reason why I've kind of gone back and forth about how to approach this is because in the indie film world, at the end of the day, you want to make this film no matter what. Or I guess that's a question to ask yourself. Do you want to make this film no matter what? That you are making this film come hell or high water and by any means necessary. That is the mindset that most indie filmmakers find themselves in after trying to do the Hollywood merry-go-round, trying to get the name actors, trying to get the labs and the workshops and the accolades and the competitions and the festivals and all that stuff. Because at the end of the day, we just want to make a film. And that mindset is really more of an artistic mindset. It's really about you developing yourself as an artist, developing your voice as a filmmaker, expanding and experimenting with your cast and crew, what your body of work is and how what you can handle. So I am all for approaching things from a business model, but the reality is that most indie filmmakers are not making money off their films. You're not getting a return on investment to your investors. And so we have to rethink our approach, rethink how we're getting people to give money to make these films. How are we financing them? What does our budget really look like? What are different ways to kind of rethink this model and to make it sustainable, even on purely an artistic side, so that you can make another film? And that might be radical micro budgeting. That might be something where you're looking at fiscal sponsorship as opposed to investors, which is something that I've done. But if you're not willing to make this movie at the end of the day because, oh, well, the actor dropped out or the funding dropped out or we didn't get this lab or we didn't get this workshop, then why are you making this movie? So that's a small little tidbit. Just wanted to share that because it's been on my mind a lot as I've been trying to approach things from this business mindset, where at the end of the day, after a couple of years of pursuing it, I'm like, well, but I just want to make this movie. So, how do I make that happen? It's not really about the business, it's about the art. I want to make this movie as an artist. And I've seen that a lot in my other indie filmmaker friends, that there's just this, we're making this movie. Let's do it. So, good luck. And I'm curious how you all are approaching your own projects.